Well, hello and welcome to today's video. I hope you guys are well. Today I'm doing a review. Woohoo! Yes, I know, how exciting for you all. But look, I've got a few items that I've been sent that I want to do reviews for over the next few weeks, and all of them are relevant to photography. So hopefully you will get some benefit out of watching them if you're looking for any specific items. Today's is a really good one actually. I've got this, which is the Manfrotto Befree Advanced tripod. So let's have a look and check it out. Welcome to the video, hope you guys are well. I'm currently shooting an everyday landscapes video for my channel, but I thought I'd take the opportunity to introduce you to my new tripod here. I've been sent it by Manfrotto. It's the Manfrotto Befree travel tripod, and I just wanted to have a little chat with you about it and whether it's any good for landscape and woodland photography. This particular model is the aluminium version. It comes in at £110 currently on Amazon, and it has the twist type of leg locks. It weighs in at 1.49 kilograms with a closed length of 40 centimeters and a maximum height of 150 centimeters. It also will take an 8 kilogram payload. And here you can see it next to my existing tripod from Manfrotto, which is the one that I use for all of my landscape trips currently. And that should give you some indication of the size and dimensions. So firstly, let's talk about the good points of this tripod. It's light, it's really light. Compared to my other Manfrotto tripod, it's night and day. I'll put the weight of it on the screen for you so you can see. It's compact. It folds down to a very small size. You can get it. You'll be able to take it anywhere with you. I mean, it's a travel tripod, so that's the point of it, I guess. But if I were going, let's say I were going out for a day in London, this would be the perfect tripod to take if I were going to do some architectural photography, or if I were traveling light somewhere. Let's say I was hiking up a mountain and I wanted to do some photography, providing it's not too windy. Again, this would be a great little companion tripod for you to go and do something like that. So all in all, there's a lot of plus sides for this particular tripod. Now there are some things you'll need to consider with this tripod when thinking about using it for landscape photography. Firstly, it won't take an L bracket. So the mechanism and the base plate, or the mechanism, is only made for the base plate. You cannot get an L bracket on this particular tripod. And that's quite limiting in some respects, because while you can tilt it down to 90 degrees without any issue, it is quite annoying that you don't have that ease where you can just flip it into portrait orientation just by taking it off and just using the L bracket. But I will say, the one thing I will say is it's a very well thought out and designed plate system on the top of the ball head here. Essentially, it's got a fail safe on it, whereas you've got like a two-part switch here where you can move one part, but it isn't going to do anything unless you thumb down the second part. So basically you can't accidentally knock the camera off the tripod, which I think is a really good feature. I've had Manfrotto ball heads before where I've had issues and I've lost my camera and it's fallen off, but this one looks really well thought out, so well done Manfrotto for that. Another consideration for the landscape photographers among us here, if you're thinking about taking this out and using it, is you've got no level on it. So there's no spirit level, no bubble to see if your tripod or your camera is actually level, the ball head is level. And so, I mean, it really makes not much difference really, because you can't get the camera into portrait orientation anyway using an L bracket. But the fact that you don't have that leveling ability means that you can't really take a panoramic, or you can't be sure if your tripod's level or your ball head's level when you want to take a panoramic image. So if you shoot a lot of panoramas, then probably this isn't a tripod for you. If you're a vlogger, however, then this tripod could be absolutely perfect as like your second tripod, the one that you would mount your vlogging camera on, because it's so light, because it's so versatile, because it's so easily packed away. You probably wouldn't notice that so much in your gear as you would if you're lugging around a second larger tripod. So yeah, if you're one of those people, I mean, I don't personally, I use a GoPro, but if you were one of those guys who used, and I know a lot of you guys do, use a second video camera for making your vlogs and recording your vlogs, then this type of tripod is fantastic. It goes up to about, I'm going to say about 5 feet. Again, I'll put the specifications down. So it isn't a particularly tall tripod, but for something like that, it's absolutely perfect. So now we're back home, and there's just a couple of other things that I wanted to talk about regarding this tripod that I didn't mention while I was out in the field. Now, one of them which I briefly mentioned was the payload, which is 8 kilograms. Now, I have tested this with this big beast here, which is my Sigma 150 to 600. I'll check on what that weighs. I'll stick it on the screen for you. But this tripod, this ball head and tripod, dealt with it without any issues whatsoever. Now I've tightened everything up on here, as you can see, or maybe you can't see, but it's really tight, and I'm really forcing that, and it's literally not moving anywhere. So you should be pretty reassured that this is going to hold, certainly hold up to the recommended 8 kilos, and you know, anything other than that, it's a travel tripod, so you know, anything smaller it's going to absolutely deal with without any issues whatsoever. To quickly talk about this little feature here, which is what I also have on my Gitzo ball head. So you've got this screw which releases the ball head and allows you to move it around. Obviously you've got this one here as well, which you can use to move in the horizontal plane. But the thing I like about this one is not only have you got this, you've also got this little resistance screw in the middle here. So if I release the ball head right off, I can move that around quite easily, but I can actually tighten this resistance screw to almost control how much resistance there is, so I can move it around and be a little bit more accurate with it. So a couple of other features here. We've got this little hook. So if you could, for instance, hang your camera bag off it. So as I was saying before, if you're up somewhere on a windy day and you're worried, you can hang a camera bag off to give it a little bit of ballast, because this isn't the sturdiest of tripods. It's a travel tripod at the end of the day, and it's light for a reason. So if you look at how thin these bottom legs are, for instance, you're not going to get rock solid. You're not going to get rock solid, no movement out of this tripod, simply because that's the trade-off for having something that's so light. So having this feature where you can hang a bag off is actually quite useful. And you've also got this little thing here, which are on the more expensive Manfrotto tripods, and it's a little, I think it's a 3/4 inch screw, not sure, but it's a standard size screw, and you could basically put on an extension there, and then if you wanted to hook up like a monitor or an iPad or some lighting or whatever, providing you can balance it, you can screw that into there, which is a useful feature, something I've never used myself, but still a useful feature. You also get this little carry case with it as well, which has got the strap on it, so you could sling it over your shoulder. So if you were going out somewhere like city shooting or whatever, it would be quite inconspicuous and easy to carry. But in conclusion, it's a great little tripod. I started off by talking about it for landscape photography, and could I use it for landscape photography? Certainly I could. There are certain circumstances where I would want my larger tripod, admittedly, but in the woodland, I mean, this would be perfect. Or if I wasn't going on any major hikes, major hikes like I do, but if I wasn't going up a hill and where it's going to be windy and that might cause an issue, then I could certainly see myself taking this tripod with me. A couple of the limitations of it obviously are the fact that it won't take an L bracket, and it's got no leveler on there, so you're not going to be able to shoot any panoramics. Also, the height of it isn't as high as a standard tripod, so you could lose some photo opportunities there. But in general, it's a fantastic little travel tripod. Where this is really going to shine, I think, is if you're a vlogger and you want it as a second tripod to put your vlogging camera on, it's perfect for that because it's so lightweight, it's easy to use. The ball head is fantastic on it. It would be a really useful companion to a vlogger, and it doesn't weigh that much in your pack. Or if you're doing a bit of architectural photography, for instance, in a major city, and you're not sure if you're going to need a tripod, just taking this along, sticking it in the bag, very, very lightweight, very, very easy, isn't going to add too much to your weight, and would be perfect for that. So yeah, I would say it's a bit of a hit for me. Anyway, Thank you so much for watching this. I really appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. And if you're considering a tripod, then I hope it's helped you a little bit. And I'll be back next time with another video.